Welcome to today's video while we are making some very easy envelope pillows, some cushion covers. All you need is a length of fabric, or 2 lengths of fabric if you're making 2, your sewing machine, your ruler and your rotary blades, and all it is straight stitches, a little bit of pressing for the seams with your iron, and a little bit of very simple maths. So these are designed to fit your specific cushion covers. Let's get to measuring our pillow. This is a square pillow for me, so my measurement should be the same. So you're going to measure from one seam over here around the curve to the other one. So for me, my pillow is 16 inches by 16. So the formulas you need is, we're going to call one width and one height, even though it's square. For the width, you're going to multiply the width by 2, that's for the front and the back, and then you're adding 6 inches or 15.2 centimeters for the overlap. So I want a piece of fabric measuring 17 inches by 38 inches. So let's get cutting. So for ease, I'm just going to measure 19 inches with my fabric folded in half. Yep, so that's my 19. So our first step is going to be hemming the ends. So with your fabric wrong size up, we're going to press the short ends over by 1/4 of an inch, then press it with your iron, and then you're going to fold it over by then 3/4 of an inch. So like that, and then again by 3/4 of an inch. You're going to do that on both ends. So if you have one of these, this will help you fold over your seam allowance. So set it to 1/4 of an inch. So, and you fold it over, and then you're just going to measure 1/4 of an inch. And then when you do that, start at one end, and you can start pressing with your iron. So it can help to fold it down and sort of finger press it first, just to get a little bit of the crease in, and then go over with your iron. Let's give it a nice solid press. And then set your seam gauge to 3/4 of an inch. You're going to fold over again. Give it a nice press with your fingers first. The next step then is to straight stitch. So I have put a matching thread in the top and the bottom, and we are just going to straight stitch across this seam. So near the edge, and let's say about 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, just so you are catching that seam. My stitch length I've got set to 3, and just a normal straight stitch. At the beginning, you are going to want to back stitch a little bit, and then just go straight ahead. And then you're going to want to back stitch at the end as well. And then repeat the process with your other hem. You've now hemmed your two edges. With your right side fabric up, you're going to fold this in half, and then you're going to have about a 4-inch overlap between these two sides. And you want to try and centre it as best as possible. So I've got my ruler, so 4 inches. About there. So just make sure it's lined all the way up. Now you want to get some pins and just stick a few pins in. Like so, just to hold it in place. Now all you have to do next is sew down these two seams. You're going to use 1/2 inch seam allowance, and if you have an overlocker or a serger, you might want to do that to stop the fraying, or you can zigzag stitch over the edge, and I'll show you the zigzag stitch so to stop the fraying. First off, you are going to do your 1/2 inch seam allowance of straight stitch. If you have one of these, you might want to use it and set it to 1/2 inch, which will be 4/8. Again, back stitching at the beginning. Now we have our two edges straight stitch. Now you can go ahead and trim this down if you like, so cut it closer, but we're just going to go ahead and finish off these raw edges. So set your machine to the zigzag stitch. I'm going to set mine to a width of 3 and a length of 3. Now, might take a little bit of fiddling, but what you want to end up achieving is a zigzag going right across the edge of this fabric, so it's enclosing it. So you may wish to do a narrower length. So this is now down at 2. So what you end up finished with is something that looks like that. It's a bit hard to see. The stitches are just over the edge. So I'll go ahead and do the same on the other side. Now I will show you what this looks like if we do it on the serger. Again, we're using our straight stitch as a guide. That comes out, so it is so much neater, but it's not something you do need. So it's just cut all the fur edges off, and it's just made it really super neat, which is my preferred way of finishing off seams. Now let's see the magic happen. And then you're going to simply turn it right side down. Poke out your corners. Like so. Looking like this. So let's put our cushion in. Now if you want a tighter fit, you can reduce your sizes slightly. So you can reduce this, only add 1/2 inch on, or you can overlap these by like another inch. So, but that is one envelope cushion.